As a project manager at Accenture, what is the major part of your role and how did you manage your projects?
Yeah. So basically, like I joined Accenture like in 2022. Prior to that, I was working for Amazon. So, and then recently I've moved out of Accenture also. So, but basically how it works within a company like Accenture, which is into what do you say, client-based business, where we are managing the business for the clients like throughout the world. Like Accenture has the most number of Fortune 500 companies in the client list. So basically, like it completely depends on it like depends on project to project, like how we work on and what will be our inputs for each of the what you say org that's been like maybe from different countries. So in my case, I was working for a UK based company and a German based company. So both these companies were into e-commerce business, just like you see Amazon or Flipkart in India. So these companies had their own business in UK and Germany, and they also had these supermarket chains. So I'm not supposed to mention the client names. That's why I cannot say that. But still, they did a business very similar to Amazon on Flipkart. So what my role was basically to manage their marketing, advertising, and what do you say, analytics operations. So as you guys are already like artificial intelligence students, you must be working on so much of data. So similar like you guys, I was working on the company's data. I was analyzing those data like based on the prior year financial reports, and then what do you say, their business, how their business was going on each seasons or major holidays that were happening. So basically, if I would say how my day would start, I'll be connecting with the senior leadership teams or VPs of these companies, and then I get to know what their requirement is, like how they want to see their website maybe 2 weeks later, what all uh, changes should be made on the site. So what I do is I go back to the same day in the previous year, analyze those data, which all products were performing well, and then come up with ideas which I submit to them. And then they suggest like we can go ahead with this, or maybe we can come up with some changes. And basically, under me, like there were like a group of people who were supporting the team, like a group of designers, business analysts, content managers, and email marketing specialists. So these content managers would be the ones who make the changes on the website, and the designers would be working on the designs that comes up. So yeah, it's kind of interesting role, but because the impact that you create on the website and the customers is so huge, because these sites have like over a million visitors a day. So whatever minute changes that you make on the website is seen in the back end, in the analytics side, and the sales and growth of the company. So yeah, that's how it goes.
Yes, sir. We are
Hi, sir.
also
I'm Avinash.
sorry.
Yeah, hi Avinash.
And my question is, how do you ensure effective communication and collaboration among team members, especially when working with diverse and global teams?
Yeah. So, like in all of us, like the communication is something that's very important when it comes to collaborating with teams from different parts of the world, especially the way they speak, or maybe their accent, or even the thoughts they are trying to communicate may not match with our expectations, or our what do you say, prior experiences or anything. So that's a very good question. So when it comes to like when you work with colleagues like all over India, we all have the same what do you say mindset, or knowledge level somehow will be the same, because we all watch the same type of content or news, or even read new articles about AI or new developments in technology. But when it comes to someone from, like for example, in my team, when I was working at Accenture, like I was the only Indian in the team, and rest of the team, like everyone were like for the British client, everyone were British. Like we were a group of 11 people, and 10 of them were British, and I was the only Indian guy. So initially, it was pretty much challenging, like to basically understand their needs because they come up from a different background and they were grown up in a different situation, and when they put out an assignment or a particular task that uh, tells us like go ahead and do this, then we always have like multiple questions in our head. So I think the best way to bring out the what do you say, like best way to have the communication is to ask questions, even though like we always have that hesitation to ask too many questions. But when once you enter into the corporate world, you understand that everyone are really helpful and they're offer ready to offer help, and they are here to help you at times. So it's a collaborative world. So the best way is to ask questions and get to know about what the requirement is, and then I think in that way the communication goes well. And often like we come across situations where uh, both the parties' interests would be different or the ideas would be different. I think regular conversations, regular setting up of more and more calls, discussions to finalize things helps keep the work on track and then uh, get the best results out. So I think that's how it goes. Yeah.
Hi, sir. My name is Arun.
Yeah. Hi, Arun.
My question is about how do you manage client expectations and ensure that project deliverable meet or exceed their requirement?
Yeah. So basically, we all have a process in place. So, like, I don't know if you have heard about this PMP certification, Project Management Professional Certification. So, in that, we have like few set of methods that we follow in project management. So whether it be what do you say, ideation phase, then planning, execution, quality analysis, all of those. So whenever a, an assignment is given to us, a task is given to us, we run this task in a proper structure. Like maybe we follow some methodologies like agile methodology or waterfall methodology. So we have a process in place. So and we have several project management tools and business analytics tools that helps us to kind of handle the what do you say project in the right way and complete it on time and then give out the best possible results. So it's not just one person. Like I mean, even though I handle a major part of this project, but I have people in my team who support me. So whenever a client, obviously we have SOPs also, like standard operating procedures, which we should follow, and we have this SLAs, service level agreements, that gives us idea that what the client expectation is. So we these are all documented, and we whenever we switch to a project, like for example, I worked with this German client and UK client. Both the clients have two different SLAs and deadlines and everything. So we read through those documents, we understand this because this is made by our senior leadership team who have sat with the senior team or maybe the CFOs or VPs of the client's business, and they kind of created this. So we first read through this document, understand what's the expectation that they see from us, and then we go ahead and work. And we have all these tools and technologies, and we regularly communicate and make sure that all the deadlines are met. So obviously the clients always have great expectations when it comes to work, and they are paying a lot for these projects to the company. So they also wanted to have the best results, not just that we just give them something and make sure that we get a approval for it. Instead, what I do is that I try to reduce the maximum number of iterations. So every time once you start working with the client, within like 2 3 months, you will understand what the client's thought process is, and how, like, maybe for a design, what is their thought process in the color selection, or maybe in the content in the website, the style of the website, how it should be, or even the when it comes to analytics, how we should report it, whether it should be in Excel format or Power BI, Tableau, all those things. And that's when, like, maybe like after working with them like for few months, we get a complete idea what they really need. And I always tell my team that although we submit things maybe like just before the deadline, but make sure that we reduce the number of iterations. So because every time an iteration or change that client requests, it's a loss for them as well as our company. So it's like, I mean, also it's a waste of time, right? So uh, yeah, I think it's a constant. Again, here the communication comes into place. I regularly communicate with my team member, I mean, the client side senior managers, and get to know what the exact requirement is, and then communicate with my team. So if this whole communication happens in a right way, then I think in the end we'll be able to meet all the clients' expectations. So that's how it works.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir.
Hi,
I'm
sir.
Devendran.
Yeah, hi Devendran.
So, what a project manager methodology and tools do you use in your community, and how would you decide that which one is the best and suited for your particular project?
Yeah. So basically, it depends on company to company. For example, when I was working at Amazon, Amazon usually, like, they had their own internal tools because they prefer more using their internal tools for all the business and project management activities. But when it comes to a company like Accenture, the client, it's a client-based company, so like a service-based company. So there they preferred using other products from Microsoft, or like even from uh Salesforce, and even Asana, which is also a project management tool. So it's basically like, I mean, all the tools are pretty much helpful, like when it comes to project management, because uh each tool has its own differentiating feature which you may not find in the other tool. I have personally used some tools like MS Project, that's one from Microsoft, and then Workfront, which is from Adobe, and then Asana. So Asana is developed by one of the Facebook's co-founder, and then um, yeah, that, and even like some of the tools like, what do you say? Even like if you are ready to use, even like, I mean, if you're ready to work, if you are very good at Excel, even you can use an Excel sheet as a project management tool, because you can basically create all the Scrum journey in that, I mean, agile journey in that, like in a more elaborated way. But still, what I personally felt is that like, Adobe Workfront is something really good because it has a lot of features when it comes to for someone who is working on marketing operations or like design, because Adobe already has their creative cloud where there's Adobe Photoshop, Premiere Pro, After Effects, all those works, right? So if you're working in a design related project or marketing operations project, I think Adobe Workfront would be the best. Since I'm not too much into software development, I don't know like which uh, which project management tool would software developers would prefer. Yeah, but I mean, I think all tools are good. I think even Soho has a great tool. I've heard about it. Mm, yeah, that's how it goes.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir.
Thanks. Yeah, tell me.
I'm
Hi,
Logeshkumar.
Lokesh. Yeah.
My question is, what advice would you Give a student aspiring to be a project manager at Accenture if they need any specific skill or experience.
Yeah, I think for a project manager, for someone to become a project manager, I think they would require at least some 5 years of experience. But I've seen like a lot of people who have graduated after MBA becoming a project manager from like very reputed institutes and all. But still, I think the maybe a little experience would be really helpful in work. A little experience would be really helpful in becoming a successful project manager, because the thing is, you need to know how the corporate world works uh, a little bit before becoming a project manager. That's when how you could come up with ideas to improve the process that you're assigning. So we like when once you become a project manager, you're not just doing a daily task. You're coming up with new ideas how to improve the process. You're coming with how new ideas to how to build your team, or when like how to reduce costs, how to like do the time management for the entire project. So all these aspects comes to a person if that person has a little bit of experience in that particular domain. So that's one thing. But again, I think PMP, project management professional course, is something that's really useful. You can find it on Udemy. It's a 35 hours course. I think if you do that, you get a complete idea, like I mean, end-to-end idea about project manager role, and you can work as a project manager in any domain, whether it be media, technology, uh, anything, like even construction field. You can be a project manager by learning that course, and then yeah, and also like if someone who, I mean, the communication skill is pretty much important, which even I didn't have initially. I was just born and brought up in Kerala, and I did not have that very good communication skills. But over the years, like working in these companies like Amazon, Accenture, and Kalada Academy, I got to like somehow improve my skills. Even now, I'm not good at it, but still that's again. And then the team management, like when you work as a project manager, one of the greatest skill that you should have is the people management. So if there are like 10 people working under you, those 10 people have like 10 different skill set, 10 different background experience. Their ideas would be different. So how to like convey their energy into their work, how to convey like how to convert their ideas into results, and how to give them proper feedback. So these are all major parts which a project manager would play. So people management is something that's again most important. So give me a second, okay? Yeah. Okay, then, Logit, I hope that answers your questions. So let's go with the next.
Musaddin, you said that you are working with a German and a UK-based company. Are there any differences between those companies in managing a project, and which one felt better for you?
Yeah, that is actually a great question. That's something even I used to think a lot. I mean, I mean, I used to think the differences that these two projects has. Okay, yeah. So the easiest company to work is obviously the UK company, and that's of the because we don't have the language barrier. Because in UK in England everyone speaks English and we know English. But when it comes to the German-based company, the employees in the German company, everyone, the client, the managers, everyone mostly would like to talk in their own language, that's German. So we have a translator in our team. I mean, we had a translator in our team who helped us and who kind of acted as a, what do you say, a bridge between us in terms of communication. Then obviously when it comes to business, the German company has a huge what do you say area of business than the British company, because obviously Germany is more economically a bit higher than the UK, and also they have like a bigger population, and when we have a bigger consumer base, so basically any work that we do reaches more consumers in Germany than in the UK. But the primary difference is this language barrier. But since today we have all the translator tools available with us, even artificial intelligence tools that we have, helps us somehow to like reduce that barrier in such a way. Then yeah, that's one thing. And then anyways, both these businesses are into e-commerce and like retail. So rest everything kind of remains the same. But like when you come to the clients, like even if it is someone from Germany, UK, US, even the regulations, compliance, everything would be different. So we will have to act upon the what do you say compliance regulations of like different countries, because in Germany the rules will be different, in the UK it would be different. So anything that we put out, we have to connect with the legal team of both these businesses to come up with something. And again, if let it be any country in this world, it has their own different kind of people. So like when it comes to India, when we see some kind of a promotion, what we have in our head would be different from someone, maybe a foreigner standing in India, looking at it and seeing it. So it's completely different. The what do you say purchase power in all these countries are different. So the campaigns that we do in each of these countries would be completely different. And we cannot hope that something that we did for the British client will be a marketing strategy that we did for the British client will be working for the German client. Like sometimes we have that thought, like since I have this access to this backend analytics, sometimes I think that okay, this particular strategy has improved the sales or growth of the particular product catalog. But if we try the same thing in the next country, it won't work. So yeah, that's how. But I would say British client is more like what do you say, easy to work and handle. Yeah.
Have you conducted any interviews, Mr. Dean?
Yes. So when I was working at Accenture, I have conducted few interviews, and we have a another what do you say, kind of an SOP for the interviews as well, like how and what we should be uh like expecting or like asking the candidates who are applying for like different roles. So when I was I've recruited few people, few exceptional people. I mean, even some people who had this great knowledge about the current industry and how it is going. So what I felt is that that's a great what is it input that we see from candidates in the interview. Like for example, you guys are from artificial intelligence, so you must be following all the trends that's happening in the world of artificial intelligence, especially with all this natural languages, all those NPLs and everything. So for me, that is one thing which I always ask the candidates, like about what are their current uh, major changes that you see in this industry, whether it is e-commerce or any other business. So yeah, I've done a few. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dean, for providing us your valuable time and your valuable points for us.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, guys, for all the like great questions, and thanks for having me here. I hope you guys are in the best phase of your life, like when you guys are artificial intelligence students, and now the artificial intelligence is something that's just going like anything in all the industries, not just the IT sector, like everywhere. If you see, like right now I'm in the UK, so here the changes that you see in the from agriculture to biotech to aviation to everywhere, they are kind of trying to apply new AI tools and then come up with new ideas. So until like maybe some, what do we call that, artificial general intelligence, right, AGI. So I think there's a space for you guys between this AI revolution that's happening now till artificial general intelligence, and that's the space that you get to in like give your best to this world and then come up with new ideas how you can optimize and improve everyone's life. Like I mean, not just like when you like, since now you guys are in college, but once you come out of this college and start working on any industry, any company which is into artificial intelligence, you will see the impact that will be creating in the lives of the people, which will be not just hundreds or thousands, but it will be millions of people. So I think that would be the best thing that like you, me, everyone like who are into IT or like who are interested in artificial intelligence would be doing. So I wish you all like all the very best. So yeah, you can contact me at any time. I'm always available on LinkedIn.